Hello everyone, this is Ron, and of course this is Empire Coins and Collectibles, and I'm back with you with another what have I got for you. I've got another video about, of course, coins, but this is a little different. If you'll stay with us, we'll tell you what it's all about. But before we go there, if you could please like, share, and subscribe. So what are we going to talk about? Well, you guys know I said I was going to the White Settlement Coin Show over in Fort Worth, and I did, and I went over there strictly to submit some coins to Annex, and I think I submitted about 53 coins, and I'm anxious to get those back, but it'll be a while. It'll probably be, I don't know, a couple of months or so. But when I do, I'll share those with you. So after I'd sat through and actually given those out, with George, submitted them to Annex. Their representative is George Morris. Interesting thing, I found out George has a very interesting job that has nothing to do with coins, and he does this because he loves coins, and he likes going to coin shows. So what better way than to work on the weekends for Annex as you gather in the coins and send them up to Annex for grading. But I think he works for the census. Interesting, isn't it? First time I've ever known a person that works for the U.S. Census Bureau. Well, anyway, that's not the only interesting thing I found or discovered at the coin show. So I went back to a dealer that I had gone to over in Grapevine, and I didn't know I was going back to him because I just walked up to the table. My brother said, "Hey, here's some coins you got to look at." And he bought some of them. So I went over there, and immediately I recognized him. So I reintroduced myself, and we got to chatting. And I was looking through his coins. First, I asked for errors, no errors. And then I was looking at state quarters and those commemorative quarters, the W's with privies. Unfortunately, my brother bought all the W's with privies on them. That would be the West Point Mint that had the victory symbol, V. What is that? I forget the exact privy it had on it, but it was for World War II's victory. That was on these quarters. And he bought all that the individual had. So I was just kind of sorting through, thinking, okay, I'll buy some raw silver. And I discovered that he had a graded coin that I was just enamored with. It was 48% silver, so I can check that box. But the big deal is it is 1,776 years old. Wonderful. I mean, talking about curiosities and piquing my interest, this coin did. And obviously, it has a Roman emperor on it. There's a sad story about this individual. What I'm going to do is go to my different camera and share my screen, and we're going to look at some things here. So let me see if I can do that right now. So hopefully what you guys are seeing is this article about the Emperor Philip II. He lived from like the 236 thereabouts to 247. Wasn't very long. He was like 12 years old, I think, when he died. So how did he become emperor? Well, his father, Philip I, he was known as Philip the Arab, became emperor in 244. And so that made him about 7 years old, Philip II, and he was appointed as Caesar by his father. Now, Caesar and Augustus, these were ranks, consul, these were ranks within the Roman government and hierarchy. And when you have the tag Caesar and Augustus, that means you're in the neighborhood of being emperor. And he was heir to the throne. But interesting thing is, whenever you're an emperor, you have to be sure of your line of succession, and you protect your family at all costs. Well, he didn't do a very good job. He advanced his son so that just before they both died. His son was named Augustus Caesar, and he was co-ruler with his father at the age of 12. His father sent one of his seconds over to quell a rebellion. This was Decius, and he went and quelled the rebellion. And at that time, Decius's Roman soldiers proclaimed him emperor and put the purple robes on him. Well, guess what? That's a big no-no. That evoked the wrath of Philip the Arab, and he comes in with his army to, I guess, punish the usurper, and immediately he was killed. Now, the rumors are this was at Verona, Italy. The rumors are his son, Philip II, was with him and was killed. But there's another line of history that says that Philip II wasn't with his father in that battle. He was back in Rome, and the Praetorian Guard killed him upon hearing that his father, Philip the Arab, had been killed by Decius. So if you're a young emperor, you better watch your back, because it's not, things are bound to happen that won't be in your favor. Now, how did I get wrapped up in that story? Well, I want to change the scene again, the tab, and see if we can do this. I want you to look at this right here. This is a double denarius. It is a beautiful coin. You can see it. It's on one of the websites, www.wildwinds.com. I believe they put things up for auction. And let me see if I can go to a different image, make it a little better. Isn't that glorious? Can you believe that thing was minted in the range of 247 to 249? Can you imagine all the hands that that coin has passed through all these years? 1,776 years ago, that coin was minted and put into circulation. It looks exquisite, doesn't it? Well, I'm going to do it one better. And oh, by the way, that one better means it's graded. So let's see if I can go. Now, what is this right here? Oh, this is just kind of an estimate of what it's worth, $270 US dollars. This is this coin that's for sale on eBay. I paid about $220 for it. So I feel like I probably got a pretty good deal. But when you see my coin, it even looks better than that. So I'm going to stop the share, and I'm going to go to the other camera. Hopefully now, let's see if we can get it to come into focus. Hopefully now you're seeing my coin. Look at this. Roman Empire, Philip II, AD 247 to 249. Yeah, he was only 12 years old when he was killed, unfortunately. He was named Caesar upon his father, again, assuming the throne as emperor, and he didn't live long after that. He was named Augustus at 10 years old and consul, and then he was co-ruler with his father at the age of 12. But look at this coin. Isn't that glorious? It's just absolutely gorgeous. Does that look like it's 1,776 years ago? It doesn't to me. Now, of course, the minting of coins was not as sophisticated as it is today with all the presses and everything. But still, this is pretty magnificent. The details that are jumping out at you with this coin is just unreal. See if I can turn a little bit more. You can see his crown. Looks like he has some jewelry on around the ear and around the neck. Just gorgeous. Obviously, this coin makes him look older than he really is. Probably this coin was minted actually when he was about 10 years old. So he had to look a lot younger than that. As a matter of fact, some of the articles I read about him, they said that as he would go to court with his father, he never smiled. He always had this stern look on his face, and people would try to get him to smile. And when his father would break out into laughter and others in the court would laugh, he would turn away with a facial feature of disgust. So apparently he was a pretty serious young man. I don't know if you had to be so worried about being emperor at that young of an age. You certainly wanted your father to be alive and healthy. And of course, it didn't end well for his father, and subsequently, it did not end well for him. Let's turn it over. Look at this. I'm going to rotate it around just a bit. Now, generally speaking, they'll have Roman gods on this. Can I get it? There it is. They'll have Roman gods on the reverse. And notice, I don't know if you can see it, but what's in the palm of his hand? I think what's in the palm of his hand is the globe, the earth, meaning he was ruler of all earth. Isn't that wonderful? And I think that's a bolt of lightning rather than a staff. But in any case, it's a really, really interesting coin. Was this worth the money I spent on it? I do have a collection of ancient Roman and Greek coins, not a large one, probably about 20 or 30 coins. And I have some that look pretty good, but nothing that's been graded. Last time I checked with Annex, they didn't grade Roman coins. Now they do. So I'll probably send a bunch in. This was NGC, but you can see how beautiful that image on the coin is. Just gorgeous. So did I get a little bit of silver at the coin show over in White Settlement? Of course I did. Is it recent silver that was recently mined? Of course not. It's at least 1,776 years old. Imagine that. So guys and gals, I probably rambled on too much. And with that, you guys take care. And always remember, if you're not out there looking, you're not finding. All the best.